morning, Stocktwits crew. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to the Stocktwits show. Gosh, we got a freaking move this morning in CPI. If you're looking at NQ and ES here, just a nice 180-point move right when CPI comes out to the upside, taking out those all-time highs. We'd love to see that. So happy day for the long-term portfolio, right, Leah? It's going to be another good Friday. But welcome, guys. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. I know it's been a pretty crazy week in the markets. We've been trading a bunch this week and making some great moves. So, Leah, I'd love to see how you're doing. How was the week for you?
You know what? I had first part of the week was I got stopped out on some of my swing trades because
Mm-hmm.
remember I don't day trade. It was a great. I was actually thinking to start day trading SPX this week because the levels that I draw for my members they were perfect and they worked really well. I said, let me start playing some one DT in the money at the money options and play the moves. But then yesterday was the day when we went long on many names around crypto, especially. So I think today will be the best day actually for the week.
Yeah, you've
Everyone
been
has their
liking.
specialties. I can trade other things, but I'm more swing trader. So when these kind of weeks are happening, I trade a little bit less or
Your
focus.
specialty is finding these like weird individual names and swing trading them for like 2 or 3 days and then getting out.
Yeah,
I love it. I think it's a
yeah,
great system. It works great.
funny. Weird
But yeah,
names.
just to recap some stuff that happened yesterday. Markets climbed Thursday, recovering midweek losses after fears faded and optimism returned ahead of CPI data. Traders shook off chatter around potential tech exports tariffs to China instead of focusing on upcoming U.S.-China talks and a packed earnings slate. That's another thing, guys. We are getting into a heavy earnings season. I know this week we already had, well, we had Intel report last night. We had Tesla the night before, which Tesla yesterday, I don't know if you saw, Leah. That
No,
was an
yeah, of
insane,
course. Yeah.
an insane move. I'm very happy. Let's see where we're at this morning.
Yeah, let's
Not
see.
moving too much this morning. It looks like we're just chilling with not really
Yeah.
moving with the market. So again, we've been choppy on Tesla. Here, let me see. Let me bring up my screen on here real quick, and I can just chart this in front of you guys and see if this works. Usually Michael now shares the screen, but I got it right here. But Tesla, just a beautiful move yesterday.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me bring up the daily here.
It bounced really nicely off the jacks. I was looking to the gamma walls because that's what I usually do when I trade. I look at the option flow and the gamma and Vana. And the 400 up to 410 was like a super strong support on weekly. And that's where the market makers would have to start going long. So that was the level that we were looking at as a level. If Tesla dumps on earnings, it will bounce. And it, for fact, did really well. So yeah, it was nice. It's a
Yeah,
nice trap.
it was crazy because we gapped down like 4.3%, and then we opened up and went even lower. So we were down like 5.7% on the day,
Hmm.
and then just
Yeah.
said, nope, we're gonna flip it green. So on the day, it looks like, oh, we're only up 2.28%, but no, I mean from those lows, we moved 8.5%, right? So I think this is a
Yeah.
nice little launch pad start to try and get to these all-time highs, right? Of course,
Yeah.
we've been in this range, so maybe we just stay in this range and that's fine. I think that's
Yeah.
healthy. But overall, I mean, this is the first sign of momentum we're really seeing in this entire range. So I'm starting to think, hey, maybe we try and get out of it and push to those all-time highs and get it really moving. So obviously, nothing to be bearish on here for Tesla, in my opinion, unless we get like breaking under all of this. Then okay, if we really start selling off through all of this price action, that's when
Oof.
things get a little wild for me. But I don't expect that to happen. So,
I would just have
um,
my stop below the jacks that was 400. If it
yeah,
breaks the 400, I would be out because you have the little gap there. The gap is going to fill, and then the next demand zone is 375. I'm not going to give my money back.
agreed.
So, yeah. And then we have this huge supply level around 366 471. So that's when we break that out, that will be a very good time because I don't see much about it. And I saw actually huge flow into Tesla for January, like 500, 550, and there were some even 1,000 calls, which I think 1,000 strike is crazy, but you never know.
My
So
our friend Paper Gains, he loves those. He loves the thousand
on
strikes.
Tesla,
Oh yeah, maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll get there.
yeah.
But yeah, SPY yesterday ended up closing green 0.59%, QQQ 0.84, IWM 1.27, and the Dow 0.32. Sectors 7 of 11 green. So energy, the XLE sector the energy sector was up 1.33%.
Hmm.
Staples were down 4.49%, so they lagged a bit. Some later losers. Uncle Sam is going quantum. Quantum computing names retire Thursday after reports that the U.S. government may take equity stakes in the sector to bolster domestic innovation. Which funny with these quantum names because they kind of got hit a little bit
They were hit a lot, yeah.
recently, so
Yeah,
they're getting a bounce back over these past 2 days. But gosh, I mean, you look at this on QBTS,
yeah.
down
Of
almost
43, yeah.
50%.
Mm.
Look at Rigetti. They're really all the same. Every all the quantum names
They
are
all look
very
the
similar
same.
here. Where's IonQ?
INOQ is a little
IonQ
bit
is like,
different chart. It looks like if we go a little higher, I warned everyone it might be a double top. Sorry, head and shoulder there. I
hmm
kind of am done with them. I sold all my quantum stocks last week, and I sold all my nuclear stocks. So I used to be in SMR and all those. I'm not anymore. And yeah, it's just everything has its time. And I think if stocks are up 3, 4, 5,000% in a year, I mean, it's not a rocket science to take your gains. Like how much more they can go up.
do you think
Uh,
with this quantum stuff, do you think like, oh, this is it now, and everybody's selling it, or do you think like, okay, this is a dip to be potentially bought? I feel like me and Michael have talked a bit, and
mhm.
feel like it's a little early to be so overly confident in things
Yes,
that you want to buy
exactly.
every dip. So I'm curious what your thoughts are here. Is this something where you're like, okay, we want to wait until we really get some fundamental sides of things that make us a little bit more confident, as well as like price actually coming in a bit more? Or what are you looking for here?
Look, these companies, some of them will be in the future, some of them will not. We don't know which ones of those names will prevail and get where they need to get. It's nice that US government is supporting them. The investment was not that huge as the market cap went up. But I'm just always looking at the late 90s, right? So Amazon went public in 1997 and Amazon reached 5,000%, I think, like 3, 4 years later. And in 99 already Amazon was up in 19 months after they went public. Amazon was up over 2,600% on the stock, right? And we know what happened later. And these companies were not profitable. Amazon wasn't profitable until 2002 or 3. So I'm looking at those companies the same way. If you bought it and you were lucky, you made thousands of percent. I only managed to make about 200, 300% on some of those names. I sold. I'm happy. I do believe there will be a massive correction in those names. And I do believe when the massive correction happens, we will be able to buy them for much lower. They are really far away from being profitable. And at some point, when market corrects, valuations really matter. I mean, you could see it now with a lot of names. You could see it with the speculative stocks. They sold off like what, 4 days, 5 days, they were down 50%.
hmm
So I'm always warning people, look, if you bought those companies for $1, $3, and you don't need the money, sit on them. Why would you pay the massive tax? If you need the money and you're chasing them at this point, then have a stop. Like for example, on IonOQ, I don't like the chart. As I said, it seems to me like a correction, and maybe we will reach some sort of a double in the head and shoulder or some of those patterns. I like RGTI, Rigetti Computing, looks very nice. This one I wouldn't mind. Maybe it's a wave 4 and we can go higher. Honestly, I would have my stop in the top from September 24th, right? That was the previous high, parabolic move, crazy move, 34.58. If it touched there, it bounced. If it breaks down there again, this thing goes to 28 and even lower. So sure, you can trade and buy those dips, but you're at this point in a situation where you do not know if we are actually changing and retesting, and we're changing to stage 4 retesting. Who knows what's going to happen? So just have your stop. At these valuations, you don't want to get stuck in a bag. Trade it.
That's the thing, because
You know.
even if this could end up being an amazing trade in the long term, right? But in the short term, right now, when things are just a little more uncertain, you don't want to get caught, buying these highs and
No.
getting rugged down. Because like these could be great companies, and we could still trade back down to freaking $12. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You can
And
go, yeah, you can go down to 15 or less. These companies go down 80,
exactly,
90%. This
yeah,
like I'm explaining this to new people. I'm like, guys, look what happened with in 2021. Just go
hmm
back and look at some of those speculative names. They never came back. And you then have to understand, am I going to buy 100 shares of this or 1,000 shares going to sit on bags for 5 to 10 years? Or am I going to have a stop? I will see if I can make 10, 20, 50% from here. I don't think these companies are going to go up another 100% from these levels. I don't think so. And you have your stop. If you're out, you're out. Next one. At this, that's what I'm saying. At this point, sure, trade it. If you're a technical trader or you want to trade options, whatever you do, trade it, but have your stops.
yeah.
Do not
That's where
invest just because there is a dip right now.
It's where it's important to just understand what you're trying to get out of a trade, right? Like, are
Yeah,
you investing?
exactly.
Are you
Yeah,
swing trading? Are you day trading? Right? Like, it's such a simple question, obviously,
yeah,
but it's very important to actually know what you're trying to get out of the market, because if you go into a trade
yeah,
thinking, I'm just going to day trade this, and then you end up,
yeah,
staying in this for a week and it's just ripping for you and it's going crazy, right? Like, that's going against your plan a little bit. And
yeah,
so that's where you can get caught up in emotion with that. That's what I'm getting at. And it's
yeah,
just when you get caught up in that, you're running off of emotions, and that's where you can only run on that for so long, right? It's kind of like
yeah,
luck. Luck is great, but it's going to run out at some point. You can't just keep on
yeah.
using it,
You
right? So
can't. No, but
um,
like the market was very easy for someone who has no plan because it was just going higher. And
very
especially
true.
these kind of stocks, but like a lot of times people,
It's
oh, let
bad.
me buy the dip. Sometimes you see on X, like the market is down 1%. What dips are we buying?
Exactly.
Okay, come on.
That's
So
where
that's why,
yesterday
yeah.
we were on stream, or not yesterday, the day before, when the market came
Mm-hmm.
in pretty good, and people were like, so, like, why are you guys not looking to buy dips on these great companies that you love? It was like a genuine question too. It seemed like a
Yeah,
newer person. They're like, well, why aren't you looking to buy the companies that you love when the market's coming in like this? And the answer was, well, I am, but with the
yeah.
market, as much as it's ripped, the tiny dip, even though we're selling off all day intraday, that's on
It's
the bigger
nothing.
time frame. So it's
Yeah,
nothing, right?
nothing.
Compared to
Yeah,
what we've done. So it's like we were kind of explaining to them, like, hey, like, in this market, I mean, I need a 20% correction to
yeah. Like we had
really
in
want to buy.
April.
Yeah, I need
April was
something like
perfect.
that,
Yeah,
exactly,
that
to really
was
want to get interested
21.
in something again, right?
Yeah, that was
To
21% in April. That's when I'm gonna buy the dip.
Exactly. To speak of a name that I actually do like for a bit of a dip buy
Oh, nice.
on the
Yeah.
longer term is Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and Netflix just had earnings, got kind of killed on earnings.
Mm-hmm.
Nice move down. You look at this, but
Yeah.
we're tapping into the spot on the monthly that I
Yeah. Yeah.
really
Yeah.
really like.
1100. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's happened. We're taking
Mm-hmm.
out these May lows, which I love.
Yeah.
This whole area of price action for me, Leah, is the bull zone essentially, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I want to see bulls step in, whether or not if we trade to, even if we have to trade to the bottom of this
Yeah.
and respect that, that's totally fine with me. I
Mm-hmm.
just think this whole area is the spot for bulls to step in, and if they
Yeah.
don't, if we end up running through this,
Just stop. Yeah.
then I think we're gonna trade towards these lows personally. So
Yeah.
it's always if this then that for me. If we're gonna
Yeah.
respect this, cool. I wanna get long and hold this till we get back to highs, of course. So I don't know. I'm looking at this more like a swing trade for me personally, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on this bigger time frame, this is a monthly time frame we're looking at. So if you love Netflix,
Makes sense.
obviously it's come a long way, right? And that can be tough to stomach. But
Yeah.
I don't hate the dip buy here for something, even on the longer term side of things. I'm curious on your thoughts though. What do you think about Netflix here after
I'm
earnings? And
having a hard time because I was watching the earnings in July 2022,
mhm.
sitting in a bar in New York, after
Of
afternoon
course,
having a wine,
classy.
and that's when we that's when we were buying it for $190. So for
Gosh,
me, honestly, psychologically, I do not think I want to buy Netflix at this point. But
I'm with
yes,
you. I
it's
remember watching it back then, and I
yeah,
never bought it. That's the issue.
and
I never grabbed any.
I grabbed a little bit. I always bought like a little bit because it was such a time that we thought the world is gonna end. It was awful, and yeah, it's right here the earnings. And I remember I was watching and I said, okay, that was actually good earnings. It was around $190. So I don't think I'm gonna buy Netflix right
I
now,
get
but
you.
it's touching the 50 also on a weekly. So around the 1100 is mine kind of a level. And yep, you're
Gotcha.
right. If it doesn't hold, it goes down to like 930, and then who knows, even 830, 813, which would be bad. But yeah, with those, as you said, you just buy and you have your stop. If it breaks, there's it's going down much more, and you can then buy more. You can then buy later. You know.
Exactly. I just
So,
checked out my hood. I bought a bunch of 2x leverage hood yesterday.
oh, you did?
I
Oh,
bought
nice. Okay.
HOOG
Mm-hmm.
and right it open too. It was hilarious because I actually had some the day before, and then
Mm-hmm.
this was my spot. 125 was like the last line in the sand, and we were just rugging through that intraday, and I was like, doesn't look like we're gonna try and reclaim it. I usually wait for the daily candle to close, and I'm like, okay, I'm good or I'm not. And I should have waited because we ended up closing above my 125 and we were fine. And then
Mm-hmm.
I saw us open up yesterday. We were opening up back above that, and I just instantly bought back in. And so I'm looking
Nice.
for these highs into today.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like we're gonna get that. I was just basically, I mean, if we
140.
opened up
Yeah.
today, yeah, if
Yeah.
we opened up today and drilled below yesterday's lows, I would have been out. And we're looking to take out these highs. So I'm probably gonna take the profits from that little swing trade and end up rolling it into
Yeah.
something in Netflix. I don't know if I'm gonna go options because I think well,
It's a good
might be
point.
chill now after earnings. Honestly, options might be better. So I might look
Yeah.
to trade options, but if not, I'll look to pick up some 2x leverage Netflix in this area. And we'll see if we can get a nice move out of this spot. I should have probably picked it up
What's the
yesterday,
ticker
but
on the? I never trade those two, like 2x on
so
on
for
individual
Hood,
stocks.
there's a ton of them, but the one I'm trading on Hood is HOOG.
No, on
This is
Netflix.
on Netflix. NFLU is the one I've been trading on
Oh, it's
Netflix.
the T-Rex. Okay, they own them.
Yep,
Okay, yeah, yeah, they're
from
nice.
T Rex. So shout out our boys at Rex
Oh
Shares.
wow,
They're
they're also
relatively
priced
cheap too. It's like,
cheap.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
$47. You can get a
Mm-hmm.
decent amount of shares. I know you're rolling with some bankroll too, so you can get some good shares with that.
Nice. That's
Um,
amazing. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. I'll probably end up doing that right at open when we get
Yeah.
going here. See if we can take out that high on Hood I'm looking for. But
Yeah, 140. There is a huge supply zone, and if that breaks out, but if it's a short-term swing for you, I wouldn't risk it. I would just take the gains. 140,
yeah,
71. I think I see it on my. I'll go, and then you have another one, 151. So yeah,
yeah, we're right
it's
there.
probably
Wow,
gonna retest around 141. Yeah.
yeah, really
Yeah.
good stuff. Let's
Okay. Yeah, you have that
let's
the
roll
same thing.
through
Okay, that's
some
fun.
earnings news. Let's go through some earnings news real
Yes.
quick. I know INTC reported yesterday they posted 13.7 billion dollars in revenue and doubled EPS expectations at 0.02 cents per share. First report since yelling a 10% stake to the Fed and a 4% slice to Nvidia. Foundry services still in the red at 2.3 billion. Ford also reported, looks like, down 0.72%, recorded $50 billion quarterly revenue, but warned that the Novelis aluminum plant fire could cost up to $2 billion in lost F-150 output there. Deckers missed on sales with U.S. revenue down 2.8%. CEO Stefano Carati said confidence in long-term brand strength remains unchanged. Tesla, my baby, my Shayla, she recovered Thursday after a -4% post earnings drop earlier in the week as traders rotated back into mega cap momentum plays. Just beautiful there. I'm looking for those all time highs. Maybe even I don't know if it's going to happen today, but probably in the next week we can get something like that. The takeaways: corporate America is still delivering beats, but production risks and guidance trims are keeping enthusiasm in check. And really, I think that's what it's about. This entire earnings season is that forward guidance, right? I mean, numbers are numbers, and numbers are great, and all of that. But really, we want to see the guidance from these companies, and we want that to be positive. So I think it's going to be a fun earnings season. This week was just the start of it. Really, I can share the earnings calendar here for this is this week, and then this is next week. So you look at next week, and it's absolutely stacked with
Oh, next week.
pretty.
My God, we
Yeah,
better
you
sleep
got
properly.
your biggest mag. Yeah, you're not going to sleep next week. We got We got a ton of Mag 7 names. Not only that, guys, but
Wednesday.
Wednesday we have Microsoft, Meta, Google, all these other names, and FOMC happening on this all on the same day. So it's gonna be a wild week. I imagine I don't trade as much personally, but we'll try and make some moves and make some good plays. But I don't think I'll be trading as much with all that risk on the table. So you got any thoughts on the Fed going into next week, Leah? Or maybe any earnings that you
Honestly,
saw?
the whole entire time they did what they said they're gonna do. I don't think there will be any surprises. Let's see what the Fed tool is saying. Did you check?
Let me check actually.
What's the
Let's see.
probability? Are they gonna lower one or two?
Let me bring that
25
up
or
for
50
everybody.
BPS? Let me
Let's
see.
see. All
Fed
right.
Watch
Is
tool. I'm
this for the
curious.
right one?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so there is nine. Okay, so they're gonna lower to 50 BPS, right? Looks like
Mm-hmm.
it. Current rate. Oh no, current rate is 400 to 425. All right, so 25 BPS.
Yeah, I'd be down to 375.
Okay,
So
well,
they're pretty confident in
yeah,
it.
they will lower rates, of course. And a lot of the banks are saying that it's going to be end of the quantitative tightening. And if the labor market will keep getting worse, which is going to get worse most likely next year also, and especially with a lot of the companies now shifting towards robots, like Amazon this week, right? They announced that they're going to replace 600,000 jobs with robots. I mean, it's going to be interesting how the government is going to tackle this problem at some point. We will do have to, again, like they are already technically doing it, right? They are getting rid of illegal immigration. They are not allowing as many immigrants. They got rid of the H-1B visa, which honestly, it sucks for many people, but it makes sense because Americans and people will lose so many jobs due to AI that it's going to be probably better that way at some point. And yeah, as hard as it might sound, but we will need to find jobs for people that actually are from here and they are American and they have green cards and who knows what. So that makes all sense to me. And they will probably have to come with some universal income at some point, at
Mm-hmm.
least something, because I don't know. There will be, of course, new jobs due to AI as well, but it's going to be a transition and it's not going to happen overnight and it might be painful for a bit.
That's the
Uh,
thing. The transition, no matter
yeah,
what,
it's always painful, right?
whether a million new jobs are created or
Yeah,
not, the
yeah,
transition is still painful. The people that are working now and going to get taken out of that job because of AI are still going to have to
yeah,
go through that loss of that job, which does suck. But also, I think great for everybody in growth at the same time, right? It could be
yeah,
very tough, but I think it's going to open us up to so many more opportunities as well. And like you said, it's going to create a ton of jobs, and it's just I'm going to be interested to see like what kind of jobs really get created and kind of how
yeah,
people magnetize towards certain things. You know what I mean? I'm curious to see how the world plays out in that way because like where are these workers going to go, you know? And what are they going to do and like I'm
yeah.
just so curious to see how it plays out. So,
I mean, look
it's
at
super
industrial
interesting.
revolution, right? Just read
Mhm.
on it. It was a transition that was insane for people, right?
Exactly.
From agriculture farming into manufacturing. So now
It's
we're
got to
gonna
get a
have
little
another.
worse before things get better type of thing, huh?
Yeah, we will
Yeah.
have to adjust, right? Every adjustment is difficult for people, and they might be upset and get, also the news are not doing a great job for keeping us stable. It's just triggering us all the
I
time.
can't do
So,
it.
yeah, so I just don't even read anymore. I'm like, this is honestly just making you
That's why I
upset
read
all the
Twitter,
time.
right? Like that's why I got
Yeah,
Twitter. I don't
I
need
don't read even there. Yeah,
I don't need
but
anything
we'll see
else.
what happens. That's kind of really interesting. So basically, they said JPM, I think was it JP Morgan, if the labor market weakens, they have to do quantitative easing next year, and we'll see. But all of this, I'm observing the small caps. I have a lot of kind of really speculative little names, and I don't put too much money into them. But I bought some yesterday, and I have like some fun ones. If you want, if we are done with the news, I'm
Yeah,
happy to share
what names were you wanting me to bring
more
up?
weird stocks for you.
Or do you want to share your screen? You can share your screen and
Let me
share the
try.
plays if you
Yes,
want.
if I
Yeah.
can share screen. Yes.
See if it works for you. If not, I can do it.
Uh-huh. It's asking me.
Hoodie looking really good into this 140. By the way, guys, I'll be selling my HOG right at the open. I still think this can go further as well. I like it to this is just the first target high that I have, but I wanna convert this position over to Netflix, so I don't mind selling it. But 146.50 is really the full target I was looking for on this. I don't expect that to get hit today. By the way, it's probably in the next week.
Let me see if I can share here. Okay. So, fun times ahead. Can you see my chart?
Yes, yeah,
All
all good.
right. So
Bit
we
Farms.
we are in this one. It's a crazy name. So we entered around 3 somewhere here on this second wave, and we then rolled it, but I didn't take my profits because I think it can go higher. Of course, I expected the retest not big like this, but still we are not in the wave one. So it's still technically for me, technical analysis could be a wave 5 now starting. And yesterday we bought again on this level. This was my buying level second. So I'm now locked and loaded in this name. And again, for people to not go crazy, I spend maybe 10% of my whole entire money that I have to play with. Not my net for, not my portfolios, but the trading that I manage myself. I have 10% exclusively for stonks. So this one name, and yeah, Jane Street bought $24 million. It's a hedge fund for those who don't know Jane Street. They bought 24 million shares, average $5.29. Citadel owns them. There is a bunch of hedge funds that are involved in this name. So yeah, I think that the wave 5 could bring us around $7 to $8. That's kind of my expectation. For longer term, it's also interesting name. There are many good news you can read on. So that's one speculative stock I'm in, and
I
pretty
like
much
it.
everyone in my Discord. And then yesterday I was also
Ooh,
buying
CIFR.
CIFR on this beautiful. I bought actually in the money 17 strike calls for January, because I do believe that it might not happen, but November is quite nice to crypto and small caps and speculative stocks. We'll see after the FOMC if they lower the rates. We will have a choppy week with all the earnings. I was also at a presentation from Goldman Sachs from my wealth manager this week, and they do not think, again, they might be wrong, so don't take everything literally, but these people are smart and been doing this for many years, so I kind of like to listen to them. They said they don't see a bubble in technology stocks. So the earnings are growing, and the other SPX companies' earnings are growing significantly as well. If you exclude the Mag 7 from the whole SPY. So I was posting on that too. So it seems like the economy is not that horrible yet. It might not even be bad. We'll see what happens next year, but yeah, so cryptos should be doing pretty well. I will be personally getting out of all of those names by end of the year, maybe January,
Okay.
like CIFR and all this speculative
Not
BITF.
something you want to stay in going into
I will stay in
2026.
Bitcoin, but that will be
Yeah,
it. I
of
will
course.
get out. I'm not very happy with Ethereum. I'm kind of losing my patience because Ethereum, quite frankly, is the same level as it was last year. It's not doing much.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
here,
Poor
no, it's
thing.
not doing. It's literally, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this thing has a future. They have this collapse also 19th. It was completely stuck to do any sort of transaction. The transactions are very expensive. A lot of things run on Ethereum chain, so it's really hard to live without it right now if you want to do with crypto. But I don't know what's the future of this thing. Bitcoin, I feel very safe with. This one, I'm like, I don't know.
I
So
agree.
it's fun to trade, but literally, you are back in March 24. So
Agreed.
I don't know. Bitcoin is it's not catching up, and none of the altcoins really that much is catching up this season. So you know,
Yeah, we'll see. I'm a
Bitcoin
little more.
at least bounces, but this thing doesn't at all.
Yeah, when I look at Bitcoin, it's interesting. I'm a little bit more bearish going into next year.
Yeah,
I'm
next year, of
obviously a
course. Yeah,
big bad bull on Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I buy it every day, but
yeah,
I want to see some bigger levels retested going
yeah,
into next year. And
and they will.
if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Mm.
Cool. I don't get it. Whatever. I'll keep buying it every day, and we keep flying. But I would love to see us kind of come into this little range we've made. Hey, market's open.
My gosh,
Sell
we
my
flood.
hood.
Yeah, I do believe that Bitcoin will retest. I do not think we're going to have 90% or 85% or 80% retest like we had before, because the market cap is bigger, but we're going to definitely see probably 50, 60,000 on Bitcoin. That's kind of my estimate. And
Love
It's
it.
just when, and that's what I'm saying. Like Bitcoin is one of those things I can just hold, and I'm like, okay, if it comes, I will buy more. But all of these other names, like CIFR, Iron, Mara, Riot, those are not even moving that much. I think Riot and Mara, they are sadly, the issue with those names is now they are changing the business model. Like we spoke with Michael 2 weeks ago here on the show, but
Mm-hmm.
they're just having so much overhead supply. Look, like Riot, the chart looks really nice. The problem is the 22 here, my level of supply, it cannot get over because there's so many people stuck. And you're going to have this on the whole entire way up because there's so many crazy people. They bought those companies, even like here and who knows where. And they just sit on those companies hoping to, you know, get rich, and it's not definitely not get rich quick at
Yeah.
this point. But you see at this like this all this that's the problem when you buy companies like this. Sure, it might go up, but it's going to take forever. So yeah, time is money too.
Agreed.
Anyways, so Riot, I don't have more anymore. I lost my patience. I sold it. Arcad, this one was drone technology,
Mm-hmm.
not profitable company. Again, I'm just showing you speculative stocks that might fly into November and you can make some money, but I'm not suggesting to anyone to invest in those and hold them forever. So this one we were in here at 10:30 last month, and it was, and now we're rebuying it again. So Arcad, we'll see what this one is doing. Again, they lower the rates, small caps getting some momentum. These are the names I'm looking to be in. GSAT, it's a sympathy play of ASTS. So it had a beautiful day yesterday, but now at this point I would be playing the breakout of 46.80, and they have earnings also next week. Bunch of these companies I'm showing you, like Teradyne, beautiful breakout as well. Look, it's probably going up to 160. Those are names that will benefit greatly from the $1.5 trillion investment from JP Morgan in the next 10 years. So we did some research on those. PRLB is the next one that is also in one of those companies that could potentially benefit because they are spending $1.5 trillion next 10 years to support American industries and companies. And it is divided into 4 sectors and then 27 subsectors. You can find it all on JP Morgan website. You don't find the companies, but we did some research on those, what it could be. Google looks amazing. This level
Oh yeah.
finally
Google looks
broke
very
out.
healthy.
Now I think it's moving. So if someone is not in, I think the breakout of the 256, and we see a gamma wall around 300. So there are calls flying up to that level for January. So it could be another move there, and it makes sense. Like it's a beautiful move, and then you have this job, and now another move coming. So that looks really good. But again, my stop would be at 235. If it fails here to 33 to 35, I'm in since I don't know 100 something, right
Yeah.
here somewhere. That's
Don't
when I
really
was
want to see us
getting in.
trade under that.
Yeah, so that's nice. You can make money with less crazy companies too. Google is pretty good, but honestly, Google I would own for long term um, as well. So
Agreed.
Cypher is doing well, and NBIS. I got into NBIS yesterday. So
Mm.
again, a lot of the
Nice
companies
bounce.
look the same. A lot of the charts look the same. They have the same setups, retest to 20 or 50. Some of them were so overstretched and overbought that they fall 20-30%, and they still only touched 20 moving average, right? So this one was 50, and they're up nicely on this trade. 102 was the entry. So yeah, that's it. And then I blended with some boring stuff, but look at the breakout here on UPS. We see calls up to 100. So 98 is my level I want to get to. We'll see if I get to or not. What I want, the market doesn't care about, but that's kind of my target before Christmas, because of course UPS, right? Packages. Santa
Mm-hmm.
needs packaging service,
Very
delivery
nice.
service, and we are still in TLT. So that's kind of my hedge. We got in at 86. This breakout here, I'm still holding. I have 90 strike call for May next year.
Nice.
So we
Gotcha.
see the gamma wall around 95. So that would be kind of my way of exit. Or I check the economy then and see what's happening. But bond's been doing pretty well. And last one I want to share with you, so I don't overwhelm everyone, is ISTS. These are the demand levels from my algo that we built, and this one touched very fast. I did not manage to trade it. It was super fast, but I got in here at 71. So I'm in ISDS. We'll see again. To me, it looks like wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 could go higher, and 120. Who knows? That would be kind of over 100, 110. But again, if this level fails, I'm out. Like 63, I would be out. So that's
Love
it.
it, Leah. Some great
Yeah.
thoughts, some great names. You always got the best names, like to swing trade. I feel like you're always
Ooh.
just picking up these different individuals. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful market.
All my levels broken out.
It's a
Perfect. Yeah, it
beautiful
was just
market.
yeah. We thought it's gonna happen because the core we were expecting will be lower, and this will happen. And
Hood
yeah,
full target hit. I did get out.
perfect. You made money. Nice.
I
I
made
mean,
my money on 2x leverage hood. Great, because I don't think I'm going to be
wonderful.
trading today. Like with us
Hmm.
just opening up at all-time highs, I don't have much like I'm not going to have really any intraday setups when we do that. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I made some money there because I probably won't be taking any day trades. So
Yeah,
good
no, I
stuff.
won't today either. It's everything is gapped up too much. You bought yesterday or 2 days ago, and if you didn't,
You
then
yeah, you either swung into today, like I guys, even at all-time highs, like it can be tough, but I'm like, okay, I have my setup at all-time highs,
yeah,
even if we're literally at highs, it's like, okay, we open up, we're generally like respecting some levels, or going to sweep some lows to go take out those all-time highs. So that's just my target every morning, pretty much. It's
yeah,
like those all-time highs, whatever. Um, but when we open up and we're already at all-time highs, it's like there's no liquidity to be taken anywhere. The only potential trade I can look to really take is a short, which is not something I want to take, right? Because I know how relentless this market can be. So um, it's hard to play continuations because it's like, okay, I have no prices above me to target. So how do I play long? And then on the flip side, it's like, well, I don't have a setup for short. And even if I do, it's hard to take shorts from all-time highs because you're not getting delivery of price from anywhere. It's from thin air above your head, right? I'm trying to like find the market delivering out of, you have the market delivering out of your demand zones, right? Whatever it is, I need to have some sort of actual technical analysis telling me like price is getting delivery from this. And at all-time highs, you just don't have that. There's nothing. So even with, even if we do get a killer short setup today, it's going to be hard for me to jump on something like that when we're just chilling here at the highs. So we'll see what we get. If we want to get something nice, I'm all for it, but it's gonna be a tougher day for me in that area. So I probably will just kick back with my feet up and not do much. But Leah,
yeah.
always a pleasure. I think we're
Thank you
gonna
so
get
much.
wrapping
And
up.
I have to get back to my group, and it was so nice to see you. And
So
thanks
nice to see
everyone
you.
for joining.
Always a great morning. Everybody that's in the chat, make sure you guys are following and subscribing to the Stocktwits channel. We appreciate you guys and trade safe on this Friday. Like I said, I know it sucks to wake up and like not really be trading, but I don't have much reason to take any day trades today. So be
No.
careful out there. I
Yeah.
think the direction's going to be maybe a little tougher, or we just melt up, and that's fine too. Play the continuation.
6,800.
Yeah. All right. Everybody
All
enjoy.
right.
We'll see you guys
See
next week.
ya.
Peace out.
Bye, everyone.